You ready? Ready. Firing.
If you look in the basement of Shaw Hall on the campus of UMass Lowell, you'll find one of the most unique college labs in the country.
We are standing in the Baseball Research Center. This is sometimes called the Bat Lab, sometimes called the Baseball Lab.
Patrick Drain heads up the Baseball Research Center. Here, UMass students study things like the sweet spot of a baseball bat. And if Major League Baseballs made today are the same as decades ago.
Firing.
Most of our work is research that is funded by industries or leagues. So whether that be Major League Baseball or the NCAA or Little League Baseball. Ready?
Using a variety of air-pressured machines.
Firing.
The team can fire a ball at high rates of speed.
So 115 miles per hour, 120 miles per hour.
The lab then uses slow-motion cameras to study things like the springiness or weakness of a bat and how much a ball deforms, called deformation. Watch close. You can see up to a third of a baseball changes shape as it strikes the bat.
And we look at what the rebound speed is of the ball coming off the bat, as well as the speed of the bat going away from that collision.
Jim Sherwood helped start this lab in the mid-1990s. He says the MLB funded the operation because they wanted them to study composite and metal bats to help bring them more in line with traditional wood bats. Their work would eventually change how the industry made baseball bats.
So today, the aluminum bats and the composite bats allegedly don't hit any better than the best wood bats.
In the early 2000s, when many fans thought a spike in home runs was due to so-called juiced baseballs, the league asked the UMass Lowell team to study the official baseballs made in South America. The result?
What we saw was the baseballs that they were making in Costa Rica at that time were within the specifications. They were right at the limit, but they were within the specification.
Each year, this lab tests new Major League Baseballs to make sure the quality and action doesn't change from year to year. This work is mostly done by engineering students who may one day, no pun intended, work in the field.
The students in here are running tests, they're running the measurements, they help with doing the analysis and generating the reports.
Students like Daniel Eldridge from Hudson, New Hampshire.
So the biggest thing is I'm learning a lot of different ways to apply what I already learned in class.
Do you think people know there's that much science involved in all this?
Absolutely not. I didn't know that there was that much science involved into it until I started working here.
Daniel and fellow engineering student Imogen O'Brien will spend hours of lab time documenting baseball collisions in slow motion.
It's a lot of shooting stuff at high speeds, which is definitely a lot of fun.
What made you want to do this kind of thing?
I have always loved baseball. It's always been a major factor in my life.
Joshua Moore is one of the students who pushed these baseballs to the limit.
It impacts it at such a high speed that even just picking it up after, it feels a little different.
As part of their industry reports, the students also cut into dozens of official baseballs to see if they meet MLB standards.
You dissect the baseballs?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts to do. We're carefully pulling apart the leather off the ball, cutting through all the seams.
Prior to this, did you know what was inside a baseball?
I was maybe a little bit of a destructive kid. I had cut into a baseball before.
UMass Lowell is now expanding the baseball lab to study other sports equipment, like hockey, and yes, pickleball, too.
So for pickleball, there's a lot of work going into understanding the ball.
Patrick says they're studying paddles and pickleballs to help create performance standards for this fast-growing sport.
Performance and spin are the two primary characteristics that are most important to that pickleball paddle interaction.
Patrick says this sports lab is a win-win, too. Industry gets full reports on their products, and students get hands-on experience testing materials that could be used in a future engineering career.
Composites that are used in baseball bats and pickleball are the same materials that are used in the aerospace industry.
As for the future of these young engineering students, you could say the ball is in their hands.
I really hope to work in hockey, actually, doing like stick and skate design, but I'd also be interested in working in baseball or lacrosse. I really like doing a lot of the design and testing of the equipment.